pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns.
Kunst und Kultur.
Cover, there's also
it means art and culture in German.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal alla fume. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology
The
turn
crystal
to smoke
of the
communism.
fumes.
But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Kim, I think this is a communist magazine. Play it cool. Nothing, everything is in
Flip
order.
Back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are.
Yeah.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of... It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Whoa.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays. As the main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
What is Tip Top
The
Tournée?
actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motorcar. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Wait, what's wrong with a good motor crash? They keep it interesting.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I got a cookie. Kim! Did you know Tip Top Tournée is actually an organic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before.
Those damn capitalists stealing my money.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, you.
Me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
That is... I can't argue with that. Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word on the
You
streets?
keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie.
Down with the bourgeoisie!
Sodomize the landowners. Impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets.
Impale all people. I only have 4 real in my
pocket,
pockets.
regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Alright, that does sound like me.
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first, what is this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
I will do that.
You alone, against every living thing.
It's hard
Against
burden,
every
but I can do
human
that.
alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
I do love my own mother.
You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will fail.
What kind of monster wouldn't love their own mother?
You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
I will rebuild the dreams.
Now get to work.
Like the American dream. Remember that? Roll up your sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Get
start
the
building
firing squads
communism.
and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? Yeah, firing squads and everything. Look, we got a level up. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy a rigorous intellectual discourse. There's a plus on the left side, but doesn't do anything. We can also go for drama. Now, the reason I can only put 1 point in, because I only have this as 1, I think, yeah. Keep your poker face straight in your back. We are the puppet master. There, it's my... Oh, I thought it was a gun. It was alcohol.
Yes?
Yeah, in the way. Get out. I'm trying to pick up my things. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Ooh. I want the cigarette butts.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads René Arnaud.
René
Listen,
Arnaud.
It's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
Kim, I'm going to take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
I'm a cop. It's instinctual to like evidence.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Have a seat.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
They're mine now. Ah.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia,
Uh-oh.
mini strokes,
Uh-oh.
prophet's disease,
Uh-oh.
sudden death, hair death,
Here, huh?
erectile malfunction,
Not my...
critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to La Opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Maybe this was a bad idea.
We'll be fine.
You stand and exit the booth.
We'll be fine. Aside from the erectile dysfunction, we'll be fine. But what's over there? This game can be addicting. It's pretty fun, yeah. Right. There's stuff up there. How do we get that stuff? How the fuck do I get up there? There's stuff up there. How did we get up there? I guess from here. You go like that and you walk all the way up there. I think that's the way. Wait, I see a bottle. Look, I'm collecting all the things. It's for the money. We are hobos now.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Looks like I had a lot of fun. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor.
Yes, this looks pretty advanced, alright. For now, let's just move on.
Okay. Wait, I saw more bottles, I think. No, that's not. Yeah, there. More bottles! Button!
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above.
March
container
and
is attached
Arrête.
to
I think that is French. I have learned that before. Fabio, what does it mean? Fatty one, I mean. What does it mean?
Arrête. Off.
Oh, it means on and off.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
That doesn't look safe.
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose, which has now been fulfilled. To move this container. Who can say? All you know...
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
On an option? Yeah, I figured it out. I learned that myself. Oh, it's a pallet full of a gun. Oh no, never mind. Oh, money. Look, we have 5 real now. I am getting rich.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Is this like your thing with that wall again? You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Inspect the container. Maybe there's contraband in here.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open. How can I persuade a door to open? 3%? We're gonna fail that.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Why am I?
Why are you what?
Anything at all?
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
That damn door does not want to open. Money. Man, before I get like 25 real and I'm going to have to share it with the people. Because that is what communism is about. Fallen Ultra Series gloves. Ooh, we got gloves now. Better than interfacing gloves. Half-light. What does it even mean, half-light? Let the body take control, threaten people. What does interfacing do then? Yellow gardening gloves. Motoric space. Master machines, big locks and pockets. Maybe we should keep that one on then. You know, the encyclopedia thing is not helping. We're just gonna go for... Wait, rhetoric down though. It's fine. Money! 35 is getting impaled. Money! Oh, more bottles. Sir, I need you to come down from there.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund.
He is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi!
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
I like to learn that
The look in
song.
his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and scabs?
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Wait.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right?
Oh,
Ubi
yes.
one can Ubi.
Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after
Look, he's
he
Irish.
was
There's like
college.
little space
Took us here
monkey.
to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
So, okay.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Keep the amazement to yourself.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard...
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hard ease.
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This... Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to...
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more.
What's
I
that about the
almost forgot
borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking this soup to the man?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Everybody needs... I'm like Mr. Everett's right. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
She's a lady. Lamb
A real
woman.
with skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a moment. He does not approve of you ridiculing this little man.
No.
Oh, mister. I do a lot more than that. I really do most everything around here. Mr. Everett said many times I'm irreplaceable.
He really takes great pride in being in Everard's good graces.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Sad.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like
They've been
Mr.
Fortnite
Everard and
fellows?
Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Coffee and giant. Look how big that man is.
Before you is a walrus of a man.
Look
seated
at the
behind a
picture.
large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
I don't want to sit on a
Whatever
chair.
he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
Really? It lowered my health?
Violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
You can take the comically large check and shove it up your ass. We're gonna play it cool. Take the comically large check and but don't say
Is
anything.
there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
No, it's cool.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo.
Lost
gun.
Lost
Lost.
gun.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear.
Took away my
Only
morale
two
too.
words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Why? I didn't even do anything.
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be
Kim?
all right.
Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
No, I can posture check. It's gonna destroy my morale again.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Oh my god, those children are going to shoot with it? Man, I can cry too.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating.
This stupid ass game.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Let your mind go to your safe place.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
This chair is uncomfortable. I could use a glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
I'm told Union is involved in the local drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
Who's Johnny?
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we?
That sounds
Thank you
suspicious.
for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Do we have anything else to do here, Harry?
I'm very hairy, Harry.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window.
What window?
Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
You don't have a
It
window.
was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
I'm at Joyce.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like...
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Vanished?
Mm-hmm.
Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over. I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice.
Okay then.
Okay then.
Positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family.
We call him a
Oh, no,
midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his...
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have any...
He doesn't want to see her.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino.
His expression makes it clear.
Of course, Harry. I have no interest in what she is doing. But I tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do. Yes, your lost gun. Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Oh, hold on. Could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
Holding a gun to my gun's head.
My God, so it's true.
Oh no, not
I
my
didn't
gun.
want to believe it, but you are.
I think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Ooh.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious.
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you are. Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
Yes,
Of
you
course I
got
do,
me, man.
Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages. Your name in giant neon letters. Harry Dubois.
Harry Dubois, I love
A giant
that.
neon sign reading Harry Dubois. hanging from the Kavalsun crane, can be seen all the way to Jamrock.
Oh my god.
Somewhere in Mirova, a beautiful woman sees the bright glow on the horizon and says to herself, "Oh my god,
Oh my god. I
left."
shouldn't have loved
It's
him.
Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange. You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count or a beautiful man.
That's not my name. My name is Raphael Cousteau.
Fine, Harry. You can even be Harry Raphael Dubois de Costo, or whatever you choose to be.
Thanks.
Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
I'm a Jamrock boy. Raphael Cousteau is a Jamrock boy.
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
I think I'd be a wonderful dad.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
Everart's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, "I know everything about you, Harry."
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume? Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This
That's
really is very
Raphael.
simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know... Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more...
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss... Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take... You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Thanks. Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
I'm a real red and white union man now, boys. Open apartment door. Giant novelty shack. We have to go to the fritte store. To the fritte store. Fritte means fries in French. In Dutch we call it just say frieten, but in French they're like frites. In Dutch we say patat. No one says patat, dude. We say friet.
Before the cargo can.
Patat is like patat is like such a Holland way to say it. Frieten klinkt beter. Frietjes. Ik ga frietjes eten, is what you say. En dan zeg ik ga patat eten. Unless you're from Amsterdam, or you're from Rotterdam. Ik ga patat eten. Maar lieve patatje van me. I have heard people say that as a nickname. Mijn lieve patatje van me. Oh, he's like... Monka ass, what the fuck? What? I heard that before.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our right to work. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Alright. One more hour left. And a bit.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right
Please
to
some Hollands
work!
patatje.
Right to work!
No.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people
Patatje
see us
van me.
talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side.
Ik kan je wel opeten. Nam nam nam.
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread. I don't trust cops. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed you.
It was a bit lewd until he said that eating part. That was a bit disgrace. Oh, patatje. Wil je me... Ik kan je wel helemaal opeten.
So do we, Scott.
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched, The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not
He's a
toys
pawn.
for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy,
rules
because
of the
they
economy.
were given a job to do!
Given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
Where are
Ask
you
him
from?
where he's from.
What's it to you?
I thought you looked real familiar for a second there.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.